Hi, and welcome to Home Care This Week. You know, one of the things that we see a lot of in our agency, and I'm sure a lot of people out there do that are dealing with a situation where they have a loved one at home, is that the people who are caring for them, the family members, friends and family members and so on, recognize that this isn't something that they've been trained in. This isn't a skill that they went to school for and they had years and years of experience doing. This is something that they've sort of been thrown into and have to start accepting those challenges and dealing with them. And they need a lot of assistance, help, and just understanding of this world, again, that they're not necessarily trained in. And one of those things is medical equipment. And when I say medical equipment, often a senior or anyone that is coming home and discharged or has an issue that they're dealing with will be sent with some certain types of medical equipment. And when they're doing that, yes, that's great. The equipment will come, they'll have a professional that'll help get you understanding of what's going on. But that's only for that right at the beginning period of time. After that, there's the ongoing, not maintenance of the equipment, but maintenance of the whole process, everything that equipment is being used for. And it can be pretty stressful. It can be something that's very intimidating. Again, we're not trained. We're not people that understand. We're not in the medical industry and working with this on a day in and day out basis. We just have a loved one that is now needing this kind of equipment. So what do? We see this a lot, and I sat down and talked with Natalie Tate, who is one of the case managers at Home Care Services, and talked a little bit about that and the issues that she sees, even just recently, issues that she's seen with families that have a loved one that have medical equipment in their home. And here's what she said.
A lot of times the doctor will send someone home with equipment. It could be a hospital bed. They don't even know what buttons to push. You don't know how to sit up in the thing or put your feet up in the air. People do not know how to set the bar so that they don't roll out of bed. This last week was a little nerve-wracking. I got a call and asked a very simple question. She was not sure if an oxygen tank had run out of oxygen, but there was no flow through it, and this particular person runs a nebulizer treatment a couple times a day. It's pretty simple. We assist with these kind of things all the time, but this was a family member that got very nervous because they could not see any medication coming out through the nebulizer. And immediately they went to the oxygen is empty. And when panic, absolute panic. So when you have that kind of situation, people really need to step back. They need a plan. They need to know that when this could be a life or death situation, meaning this person is used to 6 liters of O2, and when they're not getting their O2, what is exactly going on? I think the bottom line is you need to have a plan, and you need to understand when you're given a piece of equipment in the home, how does this work? And is there a backup for this? And what happens if the electricity goes off? You know, if you have a hospital bed, do you understand how to crank the end of the bed? If you have an oxygen concentrator, do you have a backup with gas in a tank? What are you going to do at this point? You know, is this a problem? Do we call 911? What's happening? We can't go into panic and start calling family members because they're not around, they're not down the hallway. They can't solve this immediately. Ending of a great story. Bottom line is, it turned out that the nebulizer, the actual just plastic piece, was clogged. And there was oxygen, and we did get a concentrator quickly up and going, but the biggest thing was the panic. And I think that that's what's missing in a lot of the homes, is a clear, concise plan for someone in their home. You know, what are you going to do if you have an earthquake? Do you have enough gas, oxygen to support you for X hours?
So it's not about as much knowing how to actually work all this equipment 100%, start to finish, like some kind of tech. It's more important to say, okay, what is that plan? Who do I call? What do I do when something happens like that?
Exactly. And I think that it's very important to possibly have a cheat sheet, something that's, you know, bullet points that says, this is what I do if this doesn't work. What happens is that something's not working, and the first thing that people think to do is call my son, call my mom, call someone, because the senior's panicked. They can't breathe. And this can be, you know, an asthma situation. Where is your inhaler? What's happening? And you'd be amazed how many senior homes are just, you know, they're not, mom's always done it this way, so we let her keep her, you know, this way, and she wants it that way, and it just is not conducive to their best living situation, the health of the individual, the organization of the family, and having a clear, concise plan in an emergency. What are we going to do?